You know, black woman, how deep are your thoughts? And fellas, you gotta watch out for, not saying that she's one, but she has a innocent, beautiful smile about her. But you still got to beware, guys. But you got to treat a woman very precious. You shouldn't want to see a woman and go to bed with her right away. Freak with the woman right away. Get to know her too. See, we living in a sex-crazed world, and they're using sex as recreation. I mean, I was guilty of this myself, but I snapped out of it. Because we try to do like everybody else doing. What everybody else do, we want to do. But the majority is not always right. You know? And what's right is not always with the majority. So the main thing is we got to go back to the old days when, we had a different protocol in mating and courting a woman. The mother and father had to be there, and you had to come before the mother and father, and introduce yourself. But nowadays, guys see a girl, they get a number, they call her. She might get it off of Facebook. Get the guy from YouTube or something. And the guy, she said, well, I'm going to meet you around the corner somewhere, away from mother and father. The guy might be 30, she might be 13, looking like she 18 or 19. And sometimes, when I was coming up, we didn't have a social media, but we had a telephone, and we would call the girl up and say, look, I blow for you. We wouldn't even come in the house and introduce ourselves. And she be looking out the window. She don't tell daddy and mama that she getting picked up by a guy. But I'm going to tell you a story what happened to my cousin. I was over my aunt's house, and my cousin was there. And she brought the children over, so her mother, which was her grandmother, so the grandmama could keep them. And the guy drove, this is a true story now. The guy drove over her grandmother's house where I was at. And we kicked it for a minute, hey cuz, what's happening, ain't nothing, I'm getting ready to go. She looked out the window, oh, my date is here. And grandma, she didn't look to see who it was or ask who it was or nothing, but she left out the house. She had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, and she left with a serial killer. and serial killer took her away somewhere, chopped her head off. We couldn't find her for a minute. His name was Bigfoot. That was his name that he went by. They called him years later. This is Black Light.